On this episode of Richard's Recommendations, we're talking about the importance of contingency plans, and not just one, but thinking through the contingency plan in totality. Welcome to Richard's Recommendations, a weekly show where we talk about some of the things that we've learned over the years working some of the best and biggest events and weddings. Today, we're going to talk about contingency plans and just how important it is to have them prepared in advance and also practice them and have everyone on the team aware of what happens if it's sunny, what happens if it's rainy, what happens if there's inclement weather. Oftentimes we work with event and wedding planners who have tents being set up, and depending on the topography and the conditions, tents may go up in location A or in location B. I think that's pretty straightforward. People know about those sorts of contingency plans. But we like to ask questions about, well, what happens if it's raining and, right? Like a second set of contingencies. What happens if it ends early and it's raining? Are there enough umbrellas? What happens if because we're downhill, there's so much water coming down, people can't walk across. Things that you wouldn't anticipate. And if you think about it in advance, you can often solve that. We've had things created for us like little footbridges. We've had little turf areas where we thought there might be mud if it was raining. In addition to the tent now being moved to this location, our concern was people would be getting off the vehicles and they'd be stepping into what might be mud. And we wouldn't know because when we're doing our dry run, it's dry, but it's not as simple as, okay, well, we're going to unload here. Now you need to look at that and say, well, I'm no longer in a grassy field that can absorb the water. Now I'm going to be in this dirt, which could turn to mud, and if it's mud, now what? And so in those instances, like I say, we've had either special ramps built or we've put in astroturf, synthetic grass, whatever it is. But you want to think about, okay, well, if plan A doesn't happen and plan B does occur, what are the implications? What happens to the guests? What can we do ahead of time at a minimal cost? And let's budget for that so that, God forbid, we have that inclement weather, we look like heroes as opposed to like surprised. So contingency plans and contingency plans for the contingency plans, take everything one step forward, if not two steps forward, can make you look like heroes, and we want you all to look like heroes.